I've had my peace and quiet, and now it's time for some epic. Hey everybody, my name is Ancient Shop, and welcome back to Pokemon Black 2. Last time, we faced off against Volcarona and made it my partner. We also participated against in the PWT, the Pokemon World Tournament. There are some other stuff that are there which I will show, but it's only in the post game. And yeah, and we also found out that Team Plasma is going after the legendary Dragon Pokemon, Zekrom and Reshiram. Cool, it's raining. Luckily, I'm not having an M4. That means if that was the case, then I would be burned. Now, remember those shards we picked up? Now, there is something special we can get there. If you actually have lost in the PvP, and the Constellation Prize will give you shards. If you win, you'll of course get some PP. Don't forget the shards we actually obtained from Pokemon Dream Radar also is still in effect. If you actually go to one of the move tutors, since there is a move tutor here, let me check, since I know there's a move tutor. This lady actually, if you want to know what's so special about her, Apples, I wonder if you do me a favor. I know it's Bulldoze. Let me see if I have a Pokemon named Bulldoze. Because we actually do have seasons, she will actually pick up a random, she wants to see a Pokemon which has one of the key ends that you actually have available for you. So she will never ask like, I want to see a Pokemon that has Dragon Pulse, despite you don't have it. I actually have Landorus right here. Yeah, I will explain those Pokemon later. But we are able to. I will talk about those Pokemon pretty soon. Bulldoze is right here. Landorus is a ground type, and he is able to learn that. Landorus learn Bulldoze. I already talked about what Bulldoze does. A ground type move that hits every single one of them, and of course, it's also also lowers the speed always. Oh my goodness, your Landorus can use Bulldoze. You went to all the trouble to teaching your Pokemon? That's so touching. This is a small token of my appreciation. Please don't hesitate to accept this. She always does this once a day. She will ask any random Pokemon if it has one of these in the end, and she always gives you a heart scale. This is, I'm going to actually check every single of those greenhouses in let me see, which Pokemon I still don't actually need to end. I still don't. There's still no reviews for Rock Smash, Strength, or anything like that. The only time I actually knew it was because, well, I was being a dum-dum. And apparently no HMs are actually in the main path. Surprisingly, we like the two rows I have Tornadus right here, then comes with Straplu and Thunderous, then comes Walls, and then comes the Landorus. Like, if I constantly go vertically down, you always see that I have all those three random Pokemon. And once again, I will explain those three Pokemon later, since they are very essential. Let's see what he actually has for us. Heavy Walker. Driftville Mightiest. Oh, I remember now. He also has basically medals for each of the tournaments up here. And there's also a chance that you might find Bianca there, which actually has a team of her rival team back in Black and White, first Black and White. So the move I recommend is none of those super fast. Because he actually, yeah. And a mass move to that, and I'm also obsessed with Red Shard. Give me Red Shard and I'll be teaching you Pokemon. Okay, so let me check what Pokemon moves I have. Whoa! I have 12, so let me see what I can do. That's a lot of good stuff. But that Iron Head looks really nice. Stick with being too. Oh god, this is a tough one. Fire Punch, let me see. Pokemon actually. No, not even Pokemon. Gunshot, Locate, Dual Chop, Seat Bomb, Super. Iron Head is powerful. And Dialga learn. Dialga does have good attack. With 4 West Shards, pick the Pokemon you want to learn. Dialga. Lugia can learn that too? Interesting. Let's have an Iron Head. Instead of Metal Claw? Iron Head for Metal Claw, that would be good. I can't even know what Iron Head does, since I guess I should actually explain that. Iron Head is a physical, physical steel type move that has base 80 power, but it has 100% accuracy. But it may also make attack flinch, and because Dialga's attack is only 84, that would be pretty good. Let me see what else I can do to learn him. I think I might go with Signal Beam? These moves I don't really want. Let me see, come on my Pokemon learn Gunk Shot though. None. Okay, let me see Signal Beam. This is a Book type move. Wait a minute, Signal Beam is a Book type move, and it's a special attack. Yes! You can learn the Mothra! In case you don't know what Signal Beam is, Signal Beam is a base 75 special attack with 100% accuracy, but may also confuse the target. And I actually was struggling with moves that actually can boost with. I think Struggle Bug pretty good. Triangle remove Leech Life for Signal Beam. That makes actually now Mothra pretty good instead of they constantly have to deal with Struggle Bug and Fire Spin. I basically got I really got lucked out because if you want, like I said before, it's special tech set of I really like that Pokemon really good. So Signal Beam is pretty good, the best special like I've given. That Magic is really, yeah, I really now have great moves, and also, I forgot to mention this. Pokemon always have the 100% her item of the Silver Powder, which boosts the power of Duck type moves. Yeah, that's really what I just said. Now, of course, I already showed this Bazaar, but I didn't show every single one. And I'm trying to show me level 30 or more. Who's strong? Then take this. Gives you the Expert Belts. Glad you came. Get good at Expert Belt. If a Pokemon has an Expert Belt, the power of its move is slightly boosted when they are super effective. Dialga, I have a nice Expert Belt right here. Dialga, you are here. If you know what the heart skill thing is supposed to be, it's a rare skill, extreme rare. A close fame in colors in rainbow. Hold on to these. They are good for move reminders. Okay, so next up is this guy right here. I used to be part of Team Plasma. I have various kinds of incense. Yes, you have incenses as well. These cost 9,600. So you have the Arts Incense, you boost power of Psychic type move. The Sea Incense boosts power of Water type move. The Rose Incense boosts Grass. Wave for another Water is another Water type move. Rock for Rock. Pure for Pure for getting your different get away. A Blood Incense. For money, relax, make the attacks miss or hold them. That's pretty good. Maybe I can consider that. And full incense for slow movement. That might be good for trick removers. I will buy the Luck Incense. just one. Just one. Now for the other shops. This one, I'm all sold out. The Charles guy bought everything I had. And this one, straight from the farm, Moo Milk. You were able to buy Moo Milk for just 1 dozen or a bottle. A dozen, that's 12 Moo Milk. Here it is, your Moo Milk. Mills knows that there's an item at the back of that shop. Or that I need to basically wait. Charles is right here. And find the entrance. What you get is the M63 Embargo. Embargo is the status move that prevents the user, prevents the opponent who have to use any of items. Yeah, that's exactly what you said. You would think there's something with you here, but no. Also, if you don't know what's so special about that road being blocked off, you want to remember that for later. Trust me, you want to remember that for later. I guess I should actually just give my luck incense to a Pokemon. Let's give that to Ian, considering his luck in the MLC is just getting sparse lately. Also, I have been practicing right here, and here is another of those narrow passageways. Do we have 20% or 40% luck? Let's see. Let me first actually do check what my rewards here are, since I have no idea. But I do know there are pretty strong Pokemon in Vato. This is, let me just check real first. This is Route 6. I'm pretty sure it's Route 6. So, Route 6. Yeah, this is Route 6. That's not bad. That's actually really crappy. Oh, simple item. Nothing much. I don't want actually any of those Pokemon, actually. Luckily. Oh, a great ball. That's good. If you know what the Pokemon are, since of course all the items actually taste the same, the Pokemon are a Fungus with Regenerator, that's actually 50% chance, a Woobat with Simple, which 4% encounter rate, or a Dunsparce with Rattle Force ability. And it's only 1% encounter rate, so that's the rarest one in the entire. That's a really rare one. Oh, I guess I almost forgot to mention about trapped Pokemon, so there are some interactable Pokemon here. I will capture one, but I will not capture the others. There's only one of them actually I do want to do so. Oh, you are going to be annoyed with this. Yeah, our special development also has changed. Now because Ian actually has joined in the fray, his power actually has been the money I get is increased. You have to build a special effects set, and you give me a restore. On Route 6 and 7 there are various Pokeballs in the ground, but there are some stuff there's something there that you don't want. Trust me. I would check every single one of them just because I'm nice. I highly suggest not trusting the ones up in the grass, but I will still check every single one of them because I'm an ass. Because I don't want. Just because I will capture one of them, of course, but I won't do anything else. Shelmet. Oh, Shelmet is actually a Pokemon I actually want to talk about. Believe it or not, Shelmet is a Pokemon that has a unique evolution method. Shelmet evolves only when it is only if it's sprayed away with a specific Pokemon. The Pokemon's name is Carablast. It becomes an Excelgo, which is really good. Spin. Right. While apply experience certain effects, I can simply wake up and use that turn to get rid of it. Get rid of its meta sleep status. Or not. So I simply have to wait it out by having... Yeah, I'm basically going to draw it out, basically, since I don't want my friend to be staying asleep. And you can keep cursing it all you want, because that fire spin is still in effect. Let's think about a few turns for it to go away. So let's see. It's about 3 turns. That's basically 1 to 3 turns. So he's guaranteed to wake up the next turn. So I will say to you, goodbye. Thank you, and goodbye. That's what I'm going for you. Move that I wasn't expecting. 10,080. This one is Alexa. Nice. Now this one is obviously going to be about Fungus appears. Fungus. Grass poison type affects both for its ability. Honey mushroom or big mushroom for its whole item or nothing. Lingering, faint attacks, sweet sand or giga brain. We do know how Fungus is as a Pokemon, so we're actually going to need his evolution maybe. As a Pokemon. A decent Pokemon. Trust me on that. It's basically a Pokemon that has really incredibly average, but it's very strong. When it evolves into a Moongus, because it makes attacker with a great special defense. That's all I can say about that. It doesn't have that much. It's not that great for grass poison type. It is basically just say for grass poison type to be. Also, if you encounter a Moongus, it has a 1% chance in Dark Flash to have a ball mushroom. Moongus is the mushroom Pokemon. It lures Pokemon with its pattern that looks like a Pokeball, then releases poison spores. Yeah. And these Pokemon are literally everywhere. Oh, Shadow, can you come with me for a moment? No one really talks about it, but the records show there was a sudden drop in temperature near Lucky Nose's house. It's only for a moment, but it went down as low as negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Even that, but similar temperatures were recorded around Steel City and Greenfield City. On top of that instantly the team plasma. I think that this needs some investigation before things go bad. I hate cold weather though. It should be this. It's a healing machine. It contains syrup. With this, please go to different places and check what's wrong. So yeah. Like when your Pokemon learn syrup, then you can travel across the water. And it's incredibly powerful. Sorry to show you that. Some strange things may be happening to be careful in your journey. You know, one of the scientists give you a Pokemon? You just first use syrup, since actually syrup is not that bad of a move. It isn't. It is a base 95 power, 100% accuracy special attack, which also can be used for crossing the water. But it also can be used, but also it hits its allies too, and all of its opponents, basically everyone on the field. But that is why I actually want Dialga on my team. It has telepathy, so it will dodge that attack immediately. Testing out one's theory is all part of science. Such a ring. X attack. That really is just from the 15 attack. But it basically became useless because of, well, A intimidates and B this Pokemon's down. Analyzing the current situation is also part of science. Found a Moonstone. Let's see, what is actually this going to say? Water absorb and dry skin. Pokemon Dust Village love when the time moves and when weather. The gym leader in this precious city is very familiar with the Pokemon ability, isn't he? What do you know? When you ask him about abilities through the fucking season, or especially, this one is a Boongus. This one has an Ultra Ball for you. Alright, I got you. What a fun Pokemon! Do you want to play with us? I do remember the Trinity had a cash form. Okay. Oh, speaking of cash form. During the raid, this Pokemon can do something special. Past one has the ability 4 packs. What it can do, it can transform, and its type will change depending on the weather. Considering how he is now, Developer is basically nothing express. Maybe we do consider him actually useless, considering he is now he will use his scale. This will change him into its Smurfle. Into a hero form. Pretty good, huh? Iron Head. My oh my, I must. You consider you want to have a chip. What a fun bird to use in Ice Type Pokemon. This one is also famous. Also, I forgot to mention what's actually Munna does. So now it activates. Munna Milk restores 100 HP. And give it ring 6. Trust me, a 1 fight later on, you are going to hate Diggerdrain. Diggerdrain is got a back, and it's very fun to step. I do know the Pokemon that can use Mega Drain well are Roseland and Superior. Now he's going for here. Pokemon. It's the legendary Pokemon called Cobalion. I told you the story the other day, right? Oh, Cobalion, what a noble presence. To say the legend of the two Pokemon, Cobalion, Verizon, and Terrakion, fought against people to protect Pokemon from the war those people started. When people fight, there's no peace for Pokemon either. The three legends learned that the deeds of humans could lead to dire consequences for their words. But why did it show up in front of people? Is Pokemon a little region to protect Pokemon, and does it fear for their safety after commotion caused by Team Plasma 2 years ago? There's a sense of new problem. Unforgivable. So the reason gets his ambition and malice is thrown even wider and warping the lives of all its creatures. Did Cobalion appear in front of you merely by accident, or to please you with you to solve a problem? Unlike Lord N, I don't have the ability to understand the minds of Pokemon. Therefore, I don't know what that Pokemon is thinking. But if you can befriend Cobalion, it will be a great asset to you on your journey. Oh, we don't need, if you want to know if you're actually fearing this is supposed to be a roaming Pokemon, it's not. It's not a roaming Pokemon, but he is hiding somewhere in the world we are going in the path we go across. And meet one of the most interesting dungeons in the entire franchise. This is Chargestone Cave. It is electric. It has an electric puzzle to it. The uncle's going to let us know another something else. Hey, did you know this? If you push the floating stones, they move. As always, this place is charged with lots of electricity that Pokemon likes. The electric charges react from one another from one stone to another, so that's why there are floating stones. You can't push all of them though. Oh, that's right. I came here to research something. We see you. If you wanna know what's so special about this cave, because of its name, I'm pretty sure you may all remember the Pokemon called Magneton and Nosepass. They can evolve here. Let me press this one right here. Actually, no matter what I'm taking, I'm going to take a rough time. And I want to avoid conflict as soon as possible. Trust me, I will tell you about those legendary Pokemon sooner. And at the end of this video, you will know a little bit more about what's so special about legendary Pokemon, because I will have a special segment for you guys about legendary Pokemon. There's nothing right here. That's just simply a practical way back. Yes, I thought I'm going to... Yeah, there we go. There was a Hyper Potion. Exactly the point I actually want to press A. What a dick. I can't push this one more for the back. If you go in this fridge, there's something special going to happen. Chargestone Cave. I really like it here. Formulas express the forces behind electricity. It's connection to Pokemon, and humans and Pokemon themselves. This is my ideal place. I have to go in order to save Pokemon and protect the very friend that I have to stop. We will meet the man I just spoke to. This very words. And he is a friend of us. Friend of Frohe. Oh! Now I can talk about this. We got a Steel Jam. Sometimes these rumbles can come happen, and they are really special. Okay, what level are you? Level 30, so that means that you are unharmed here. I need to level you up, and you're pretty close. Joltik is a Pokemon I actually consider to have on my team, because it is pretty good. One of the Pokemon that I actually want to make mention of is indeed a Pokemon called, I'm pretty sure it's called Tynamo. Tynamo. It will have an eel in, I'm not sure what his name is supposed to be, but he is actually sort of kind of eel. But he comes with a move called Gastro Acid, in his final form called Electros. Now this is a really powerful move that actually seals ability. There is a Pokemon in this game that can make full advantage of that. The other Pokemon that can also learn that means you can easily learn Gastro Acid is superior. Nice you again. Now what? I'm here at Professor Juniper's request. I'm researching a Pokemon called Tynamo. There aren't very many, and they don't seem very strong. But they are really powerful, because when they evolve into that, they are pretty powerful. In fact, they actually are they're basically an electric type Pokemon, pure electric type, with the ability called, are you ready for your mind blow? Levitate. Meaning they can't take any damage from ground type moves. Hi there, Shadow. It's nice to finally be able to talk to you in person. I'm Professor Junior. You accepted the Pokedex and came all the way out here with your partners to evaluate the progress for you. So, Shadow, you've seen 92 Pokemon up to this point. Let's see, thank you. This is a token of my gratitude. A Master Ball. This Master Ball is the most powerful kind of Pokeball. You can catch any Pokemon without skill. Journeys are about meeting Pokemon. Don't let a chance get away. So amazed how much Pokemon distribution changed into a leader. That means my reach will never end. Still, you could say that's what makes it fun. Professor Juniper! Live in the sky. This is Skylar. She's the Scaldon City's gym leader. Why a surprise, Professor? You did ask a lift in my plane to cross Twist Mountain since you can reach Opelucid by foot. You're right, but I have a quick favor to ask first. I want to look at Celestial Tower. Do you mind waiting till I'm through? Sure, Shadow. Be sure to always get along with all kinds of Pokemon. Honestly, I can't tell if she's just laid back or if she's not paying attention to anything outside her head. The apple sure doesn't fall far from the tree. What's next? Are you coming to my gym to challenge me? Or are you going to follow the professor to Celestial Tower and do some training? As long as I get to battle with a strong trainer, I'm fine either way. But there is some stuff I actually want to talk about, because remember what like I said about the Street Legend new Pokemon you just saw on my screen? This is about the time I want to talk about them. In Pokemon Black and White, 2 Pokemon will appear, depending on what version you actually have. And those were actually Tornadus and Thundurus, depending on version. Thundurus in Pokemon White and Tornadus in Pokemon Black. We're actually going to learn about them a little bit by them. Yes, I'm going to do that. Long ago, I was a sharp-looking young man, and my wife was a fine-looking girl. This is a story from way back then. Right around here, a certain Pokemon taught Tornadus and Thundurus a lesson. For about 30 years after that, those two kept it calm and quiet. I'll show you that. This is Tornadus. Looks a little bit different, isn't it? And this is Thundurus. Tornadus and Thundurus have been registered in the Pokedex. The one who acquired the others is known as Landorus. Feast your eyes! Landorus has been registered in the Pokedex. If you actually go to towards Pokedex, so this actually, if you don't have the game, you can use this to register those 3 legendary Pokemon. You can see they're right here. Of course, it's on the touchscreen. Cyclone Pokemon. Tornadus is the Cyclone Pokemon, and it's a flying type. In every direction it flies, creating winds so powerful they blow everything in your way. Thundurus is the Bolt Strike Pokemon. As it flies around, it shoots lightning all over the place and causes forest fires. It is therefore disliked. Landorus, the Abundance Pokemon. From the forces of lightning and wind, it creates energy to give nutrients to the soil and make the land abundant. But if we actually go to what we just saw, they have different forms. This is something called the Team form, and that is the incarnate form. There's both Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus. We have all three of the forms. So I guess I can now talk about those 3 legendary Pokemon in general, since they are apparently having they have two forms, and they are pretty special. I guess it's also time for me to end this off right here. But first comes the segment about legendary Pokemon. So I'll see you guys then. Meet the legendary Pokemon. The legendary Pokemon are vicious creatures, and they all come with their own power. And they're all very. Sometimes they are very cute and cuddly little creatures with great power, of course, or dark and destructive monsters of the abominations. But they all have the purpose in the world. They are this game's version of they basically are guardians of the land. They make sure that no one is actually overstep the boundaries between Pokemon and humans. And that's basically about legendary Pokemon. They actually are noticeable about them. In order to make mention about legendary Pokemon, they are having a certain trait. They are either feared, worshipped, or they are at least known about certain, or if you talk to certain NPC, they are actually having they actually tell you about those specific Pokemon. Some may even have spot relevance or not. In order to know about legendary Pokemon, in order to register to know them by simply just looking at them and interacting with them, they are, once again, pretty noticeable. They come with their own unique boss teams. Some not, some they do. And they are quite infamous. They are having insane stats, such as insane defenses, or maybe something like that, or of incredible power. And about 95% of the legendary Pokemon having a catch rate of 3, meaning that they are basically almost near impossible to catch. Actually, not near impossible, more extremely difficult. But they are indeed noticeable in order to catch them. Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus are indeed legendary Pokemon themselves. If you want to know how you will have my proof that they are legendary Pokemon if you're new, when they are encountered, I will first put a nice black screen there with their boss team so you can listen to them, and put some good art on them and give them the note. So that basically is my sign that they are legendary Pokemon. Now to talk about what I actually have to say about the legendary Pokemon we just talked about. I already got those legendary Pokemon, so I have to talk about those Pokemon in general. There are some Pokemon that come only with student ways. Such as Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, they were actually available in Black and White, but they are not in Black 2 and White 2, or only get them there is through, of course, Pokemon Dream Radar. And I said I am going to buy them, and that's here I will go, including their other form. The incarnate form is basically the genie form of Tornadus, is a simple flying type with either Prankster or Define for its ability. Or to get the hidden ability of Define, you need to at least capture that in Dream Raider and then change its form. We will get to that later. Much later. Prankster is basically good for SAS category moves. Will have a priority. They basically have a pretty high priority, which is really good with like using Rain Dance and Hurricane. And Defiance erases the attack stats of Tornadus by 2 points. It doesn't work on self-inflicted stat drops from allies, only from the opponents. Because of this, Tornadus is really good as a physical attacker, despite his special attack stat is where he's really good at. My recommendation is actually is basically depending on what your style. Either Fearing Form or Counter Form is basically once again on your style. Would you want to have Regenerator in Steering Form, which actually makes him a good wall as well? Or do you want him in its Incarnate form just for insane power? Yeah, Tier form of course is a lot more defensively, and it is a mixed attacker, but special attack stat is really by 10 points higher. Actually, both on the Incarnate form too. Thunderous, my favorite among those three, is a electric from flying type with the same ability. Instead, in his Steering form having Volt Absorb. Meaning, this is actually really good. This is actually I highly recommend Steering form above all else. Once again, Prankster can be really good with of course, Thunder Wave. And yeah, it's really good. Basically 145 special attack stat in its Steering form and 125 special attack stat in its Incarnate form. But it is a lot faster in its Incarnate form, and it is a little bit slower in defensive. It's a little bit slower, but it's only by 10 points in its Steering form. But it is a lot more powerful. If you choose for all that power, then I highly recommend Steering form. But if you want to actually go on speed and be a little bit prankster, I recommend Incarnate form, but not from free meta. But there are of course a way for getting an Incarnate form Tornadus on Thunderous with the Prankster ability to transform into its Steering form, because it needs to be a Tornadus or a Thunderous. Landorus, however, is a little bit different from the two. In its Incarnate form, it has either Sand Force or Sheer Force. Sand Force, having Ground, Rock, and Steel type moves have been boosted in a Sandstorm, and Sheer Force moves with a secondary effect are increased by 23%, but they lose their secondary effects. And in its Interior form has Intimidate Force ability. It's a ground flying type, and it's similar to Tornadus. Choose whatever you want. Incarnate form is a fast physical attacker with some special attacking capabilities, so Earth Power might be really good. But in its Tyrian form, it's a little slower, but it has insane physical attack stat and great special attack. Call it the reverse Thunderous if you will. That's all I have to say about those legendary Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed about this segment.